Have you ever wondered what happens when someone who feels everything meets someone who feels nothing? What if the kindest heart collides with the coldest ego? Today, we're diving into the explosive dynamic between INFJs, the ultimate empaths, and narcissists, the masters of manipulation. This isn't just a story about love or friendship. It's a survival guide, a warning, and a revelation. Stay tuned, because by the end, you'll never see relationships the same way again. 1. The INFJ and the narcissist, a crash course in opposites. Imagine two people standing on opposite ends of seesaw. On one side, you've got the INFJ, quiet, thoughtful, and bursting with empathy. These folks are the human equivalent of a cozy blanket. They notice when you're upset before you do, and they'll drop everything to help a stranger. Now, swing to the other side, the narcissist. They're loud, flashy, and obsessed with their own reflection. Their motto? Look at me, admire me, and never ask for anything in return. Put these two in a room, and it's like mixing fire and ice. The INFJ wants to connect deeply. The narcissist wants to control. The INFJ craves meaning. The narcissist craves applause. It's not just a mismatch. It's a recipe for emotional chaos. 2. The magnetic pull. Why INFJs fall for narcissists? You might ask, why would someone so caring fall for someone so selfish? Here's the twist. INFJs are natural fixers. They see a narcissist bravado and think, under all that arrogance, there's a wounded soul I can heal. Meanwhile, narcissists are smooth talkers. They'll bombard an INFJ with attention, calling them soulmates within days, mirroring their interests, and showering them with grand gestures. To the INFJ, this feels like finally being seen. But there's a catch. Narcissists don't want partners. They want fans. And INFJs, with their endless patience and loyalty, make perfect targets. It's like handing a thief the key to your house and hoping they'll redecorate instead of rob you. 3. The honeymoon phase. Roses, rainbows, and red flags. At first, everything's perfect. The narcissist plans candlelit dinners, sends good morning texts, and acts like the INFJ's biggest cheerleader. The INFJ thinks, this is it, the love I've been waiting for. But slowly, cracks appear. The narcissist starts canceling plans last minute. They get jealous when the INFJ talks to friends. They twist arguments into blame games. The INFJ, ever the optimist, makes excuses, they're stressed, or I just need to be more understanding. What they don't realize, they're already walking on eggshells, and the narcissist is holding the carton. 4. The cracks begin to show. Emotional drain versus endless demands. INFJs give until they're running on empty. They'll stay up all night calming the narcissist's anxiety, skip work to fix their problems, and swallow their own needs to keep the peace. Narcissists, though, are emotional black holes. The more the INFJ gives, the more they demand. Soon, the INFJ feels like a phone battery stuck at 1%, constantly drained but forced to stay on. Meanwhile, the narcissist grows bored. They start flirting with others, picking fights, or ignoring the INFJ for days. The INFJ blames themselves. If I were better, they'd love me more. Spoiler, it's not about being better. It's about the narcissist's endless hunger for drama. 5. Gaslighting 101. Are you crazy, or is it me? Gaslighting is the narcissist's secret weapon. They'll deny, saying hurtful things, twist facts, and make the INFJ question their own memory. For example, if the INFJ confronts them about lying, the narcissist might snap. You're paranoid. I never said that. You're making it up. INFJs, who already overthink every interaction, start doubting their sanity. They'll apologize for misunderstanding or overreacting, even when they're right. Over time, this mind game erodes their confidence, leaving them dependent on the narcissist for reality checks. It's like being lost in a maze where the narcissist keeps moving the walls. 6. The INFJ's breaking point. Silence before the storm. INFJs hate confrontation. They'll stuff their anger down until it turns into resentment or tears. But even saints have limits. Maybe the narcissist forgets their anniversary, flirts with their sibling, or mocks their dreams. The INFJ finally speaks up, calmly, politely. Big mistake. The narcissist explodes. You're too sensitive. You're ruining everything. Suddenly, the INFJ is the villain. To avoid conflict, they backtrack. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. And the cycle spins faster. The INFJ's voice gets quieter. The narcissist gets louder. 7. The Narcissist Playbook, hovering and breadcrumbing. When the INFJ tries to leave, the narcissist panics. No more attention supply, so they switch tactics. Hoovering, named after the vacuum, is when they suck the INFJ back in with fake apologies, tearful promises to change, or sudden emergencies. I'm in the hospital. I need you. If that works, they'll toss out breadcrumbs, tiny bursts of affection to keep the INFJ hooked. Think of it like a slot machine, just enough wins to keep you feeding it coins. The INFJ stays, thinking maybe this time they'll change. But the narcissist never does. 8. The INFJs Awakening. Wait, this isn't love. One day, the INFJ hits a wall. They realize they've lost themselves, their joy, their hobbies, their spark. They're a shadow of who they used to be. Maybe they stumble on an article about narcissistic abuse or hear friends say, "You deserve better." Light bulb moment. The guilt shifts from, "I'm not good enough" to "This isn't my fault." They finally see the relationship for what it is, a one-way street where they're doing all the driving. But knowing the truth and acting on it, that's two different battles. 9. The escape, cutting ties without guilt. Leaving a narcissist isn't like a normal breakup. It's a war. INFJs struggle because they still care. What if they self-destruct without me? But staying means slow suffocation. So they draft a goodbye text, block numbers, or move cities. The narcissist fights back, love bombs, threats, smear campaigns. They'll tell mutual friends the INFJ is crazy or abusive. The INFJ, though, starts rebuilding. They delete old photos, cry it out, and remind themselves daily, "I'm not responsible for their happiness." It's messy, painful, and brave as hell. 10. Healing the INFJ heart. Therapy, self-care, and rediscovering joy. Recovery isn't a straight line. Some days, the INFJ feels free. Others, they miss the narcissist's fake charm. Therapy helps untangle the gaslighting. Journaling becomes a lifeline. Today, I remembered I love gardening. They reconnect with friends they'd ignored and hobbies they'd abandoned. Slowly, they learn to trust themselves again. Red flags become glaring neon signs. Oh, that guy love-bombed me on the first date? Nope. They realize their kindness is a superpower, but it needs boundaries. 11. Can this pair ever work? Spoiler, probably not. Let's be honest. Healthy relationships need give and take. Narcissists don't give. They take, manipulate, and exploit. Unless the narcissist gets years of therapy and actually wants to change, this duo is doomed. INFJs might hold on to hope. Maybe if I love them harder. But narcissists don't want love. They want worship. The only way to win? Walk away. No, run. And don't look back. 12. Lessons learned. What INFJs gain from the chaos. Surprisingly, the trauma teaches INFJs priceless lessons. They learn to say no without guilt. They spot manipulators from a mile away. That guy's love bombing? Pass. They value healthy love, the kind where partners listen, compromise, and respect boundaries. Most importantly, they realize their worth isn't tied to fixing others. They're allowed to be happy just for being them. Conclusion: the phoenix rises from the ashes. So what's the final takeaway? When an INFJ meets a narcissist, it's a storm. Destructive, terrifying, and life-changing. But INFJs aren't victims. They're survivors. They crawl out of the wreckage stronger, wiser, and ready to love again on their terms. If you're an INFJ trapped in this cycle, hear this. You're not too sensitive or too needy. You're a human being with a heart worth protecting. Cut the toxic ties. Keep the lessons. And trust that the right people will love you, not for what you can give them, but for who you are. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Remember, The hardest goodbyes often lead to the brightest beginnings. You got this.